Hi friends, I am Shravana and welcome back to my channel Sparkling Future. Before starting with today's topic, I request all of you to subscribe to my channel and also please like, share, comment and hit the bell icon for the latest video notifications. Thank you. Friends, in today's video, we will see how to insert a node from the linked list in a particular index. Like how, if you wanted to insert at let's say uh, at the index of 5, if you wanted to insert some node into a linked list. So now today we will see the code for that. Okay. So before that we'll see the we will analyze how we can do this. So this is the sample linked list that we have here with the 5 elements 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and the indexes are 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4 here. Fourth index is having the value element value as 50. Okay. Now when you wanted to insert a node, let's say if you wanted to insert at the 0th position. Okay, 0th position means currently in the 0th position we have 10 value here. This is the 0th position, right? 0, this is 1 and this is 2 and this is 3 and this is 4. Okay, now let's say we have a new node to be created as 35. So that let's say you wanted to insert that node in the place of 0th index. So what we have to do? We have to have this 35 here, head node to be moved to the 35 and this new nodes next to be pointed to this current head. So this logic we have already seen in the prepend method. Let's look at the code now. So we have prepend method. So here we are creating a new node and here again we have analyzed the corner cases. Let's say there is no element in the linked list at all. Then what we have done? We have assigned self dot head and self dot tail to this newly created node. This one if you remember, right? So if you don't remember how we have done this coding, please go back and check the prepend methods video. Okay. And then we just went till like what is the like as I said, right? This new nodes, right? So the new we are assigning head to this new node and new node dot next will become this head node. So for that we have written the code here. So here we have corner case, like one case what as a developer we should think of all the cases, right? So first case that we can think of is what if the index is 0 and here let's say the index is -1. In the previous videos also we have seen, right? In case of this is -1, then we should invalidate the case itself, correct? Because the index that we are receiving as input to this method should be a valid one. Valid one means it should start with 0, should not have a positive negative values, and also it should not exceed the length of this entire linked list, correct? So let's write the code for that. Now let's say definition insert. Insert is the method name. Okay. Now we will pass index and what is the data to be populated, correct? And in which index. So we are taking 2 inputs from the user here. Now we have to check that the validation of index. So I'll say if index is less than 0 or index is greater than self dot length, correct? Then we should return none. Okay, that is what we have done here, right? Otherwise we'll say false because here we will not be capturing the node here. Now so first condition what we checked was what if it is before this index or after the length. These two cases we have covered here. In that cases we have to invalidate, so we are returning false. Next case is what if you are trying to insert in this first node in the 0th position. So for the 0th position we already have this prepend function call, correct? Now let's do that. So here we'll write one if condition saying that if index equal to 0, correct? Means the first position. If you wanted to insert the node at the first position, then we say if the index equal to 0, then what we have to do? We have to call this self.prepend method so that it will prepend. Okay. Now Now let's say at the end you wanted to insert this node at the last node. First case we have already covered. Now you wanted to insert this in the last node. Then what we have to do, we already have this append method, correct? Using the append method, we can insert the node at the end. We can add a node at the end, correct? Now that we will call it here. So if the index equal to length, it should add, have that, it should match with the length, correct? So if it is equal to length, means at the fifth place if you wanted to, correct? The length is 1 2 3 4 5 5 elements are there. So in the fifth place if you wanted to add, then what we have to do, return self dot append of data, correct? Whatever data that you are sending, it should follow this append method. So in the append method, what we will do, if again in the append method we are checking if there is no already no existing linked list, then we will assign the head and tail to that new node. Otherwise we will just add the proper pointer to make it to the end of the linked list. Okay, now these three cases we have completed. Now see, we have cleared off these negative cases and adding at the first, adding at the last. These cases we have already completed. Now if you wanted to add the any new node in between of this, what you have to do, let's say we have this 35 and I wanted to add that in the third, I mean after second, okay, after second position I wanted to add that, means at the third position. So first what I have to do, first whenever in this particular case, right, if you wanted to add a new node at the third position, what you have to do is you should have the previous pointer, so that the previous pointer will be assigned to this one, and then you can have that next pointer to be assigned to the fourth index, correct? Because of that kind of functionality, to implement that kind of functionality, now what we will do is, currently we are saying third position, right? We wanted to add a new node at the third index. So whatever is second index, the previous node to this third, we will consider that as some current node, okay, or previous, anything, this current, temp, previous, anything you say, okay, this is just a variable. Now you have one current or temp node, whatever you say, right? Because it's previous node, we call it as temp. So now we put this previous node as temp. Then what we have to do, now here we have this new node as 35. First what we have to do is, we have to have a pointer which points to the next node. That's when we can insert this at the place of third position, right? Index, third index. So for that what we have to do is, new node dot next equal to this temp dot next, correct? This temp dot next is this one, whatever is the third node. So that we are pointing to the new node dot next, so that this I am just writing now, right? This arrow mark, which means that this pointer will be invoked, okay? This pointer will be set when we say new node dot next equal to temp dot next. Why this is temp, means this is what we have considered as temp by taking the previous index of wherever we are trying to insert the node, okay? Now what should happen here, whatever this arrow mark is there, it should point from there to here, correct? So for this what we will do, this is the temp dot next, it will be temp dot next, right? Temp dot next equal to new node, so that this particular relation will be built. So from 30 this is going here, and from 35 this is going here, which means that this 35 will be inserted between 30 and 40, correct? So for this what we have done, we have created a node first, correct? So what is the code for creating a node? New node, right? New node equal to node of data. This is what for the code for creating a node. Now what we have done, we have pointed this temp to this previous index, correct? Because that's where we can get the next pointer to assign the proper pointers, correct? So I'm taking temp as temp, okay? Temp equal to here we have to get the index, correct? So I'm calling the get method, and I am saying that get of index minus 1. Here index minus 1 is when we say 3 is the index that we are passing, so minus 1 will become 2. So that's to the second index the temp will be pointed. Okay. Now once it points to this one, what we have to do is the next statement would be from the new node we have to assign the next pointer to this temp dot next, because this is currently it is temp dot next. When it is the temp, right, temp dot next is this one. So I say temp dot next equal to new node. New node. New, we have to assign it to new node, correct? So new node dot next equal to temp dot next. See this particular here, this right side connection we have established just now. New node dot next equal to temp dot next. Next what we have to do, from 30 it should point to the 35, which means that temp dot next to be pointed to the new node. Okay. Now temp dot next equal to new node. Okay. Now yeah, we have added everything is fine, but again length will be 5 again, right? So we have to increment length by 1, correct? And then we will say return true. Once it is all completed, we are in a good shape, so we will say we are returning true. Got it? So 3 corner cases we have cleared, like one is the having invalid index, and then adding the node at the starting position, adding the node at the ending position, and adding the node at the middle position, correct? So for all these things we have written the multiple cases, and then we have assigned the pointers. Finally we have incremented the length. Okay, and we are returning true here. Now let's run this. Before running, we have a linked list with this. Now after the display, I am saying that you call this insert method, correct? In the insert we have to say at the third position, right? In the third position insert 35, correct? And then we will display it again. Got it? Now let's run this code. Now if you see 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, none. This is the existing one which is printed because of this display method, which is before the insert. So this is after insert. You can see after 30, 35 has been inserted, and the length is same again. One extra length is, you can see, right, length is +1 now. Okay, because we have added a new node at the middle of the list. Okay, any node you can add. Now let's say I wanted to add at the 4th position. Now when you run this, you can see it will be added at the 4th position. Okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so like that you can add anything. You can just try it with 0th position, last position. You can try all these cases. In case if you are facing any issues, you just adjust this length. Okay, and then you can just try it out. Okay, this is how we can insert the any node to a linked list. Okay, hope this is useful to you friends. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to my channel for more interesting learnings. Thank you.